Hey guys, Noobivore73 here, or should I say Professor Noobivore. Welcome back to the Minecraft Labs, where learning occurs in 8-bit. Now, today we're going to be talking about XP farm, but before we get into that, I did want to show you a few of the changes I made to the mob grinder in the back. You can probably see the one of them right there. Now, I had a suggestion from one of the comments on one of the tutorial videos I put out that using glass on the drop zone instead of cobblestone would keep the spiders from surviving the fall. I don't think that is the case. It looks like to me, and I've sat here for a while and watched this, it looks like it increases the fatality for the spiders, but there's still some that do survive the fall. Not only that, glass is perfectly fine in a creative world, but it's not always practical. Like, for example, the last time I used this design in a survival setting was in my skyblock, and of course, you know, skyblock only comes with 3 blocks of sand, so it's really not possible to make glass to cover the drop zone. So, okay, the other change, and this also came from a suggestion, and I'm quite happy with this one, is I added a second layer to the spawn room. Now, obviously, the top layer mimics the bottom layer's design completely, and so when mobs on this level fall through the hole, they don't even touch the ground in the first level. They simply go straight down to the drop zone. And I do think it increases the amount of mobs you get. So, and I'm sorry, I don't have the name of the person that made that suggestion, but that was a great suggestion, and I probably will use that from now on whenever I make one of these in one of my worlds. Theoretically, you could put multiple levels. I mean, you know, theoretically, you could go all the way up to world height if you wanted to, but then, whoa, look at that. So apparently spiders can climb on glass. That was actually kind of funny. Eventually you're going to run into an issue of, you know, hitting the maximum amount of mobs that can spawn in a specific area. So 2, maybe 3 levels is probably going to be the most efficient, and then after that it's really going to be kind of wasted effort. So, alright, so what we're going to be talking about today, and again, this actually came from one of the comments on the video, was this design generates lots of mob drops, but no experience. So how do we turn this into an experience farm? Well, the way you get experience from mobs is by killing them yourself. So what we can do is we can actually use this design to facilitate that. What I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to build up a platform 10 blocks high from up here. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out the best place to put this here. Okay, so that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then I'm going to break the glass above that. And below it. Oops. Don't destroy your guide here. Okay. Now. And it's a good thing we put glass in here because we can actually see what happens. Okay, now as you can see, the mobs at this point are dropping, but not dying. What they're doing, though, what's happening, though, is, with the exception of the spiders, who just seem to be defying gravity, they're taking quite a bit of damage. So if I were then to break a hole right here, and let's see, let's grab a weapon. Let's go with this one. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use a bow and arrow. I just threw a whole bunch of bows. Because I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Okay. The reason I'm using a bow and arrow rather than a sword is because of the creepers. Now, I hope this doesn't... Okay, see, with every shot, I'm killing something. Because everything in there is pretty much down to one bit of health. See, so with every shot, I'm killing something. And so eventually, you're going to have a bunch of experience. And if you get close, it'll all come to you. So what you could do, I mean, if you've already got this built, or even if you want to just build it, and use it as an XP farm instead of a mob grinder, you could build the drop zone 20 blocks high instead of 30 blocks high. And that would do severe damage to the mobs as they drop down without killing them. And you can then just go in and, you know, snipe them out. Another thing you can do, if you have a brewing station set up, is you can use some of these splash potions. Let's grab a splash potion of harming here. No, that's a drinking potion. Sorry. You can tell the splash potions by the shape of the bottle. Let's see. Fire, poison, weakness, slowness, damage. Okay. Now, by using these splash potions, you do a lot of damage all at one time. Now, and so you can sit here and you gotta aim it right though. Now, I don't think... Okay, so the harming potion is not hurting the skeletons and the zombies, so you have to actually use a splash potion of healing for them, which is funny. It's sort of like in RPGs where you use health potions against undead creatures. Alright. So there we go. And you still get the the drops from the mobs. So you could build like maybe a trapdoor or maybe like a piston door where you could have these blocks right here come up to keep the mobs from getting to you. And then hit a button and then go down and you can go in and collect their stuff. That's funny. You can hit a creeper right in the face with the potion, but if it's not a harming potion, it won't blow up. Oh dear. There it went. Alright, so that's the concept of using one of these to be an XP farm. You can actually have it either way. I mean, if you got really creative with redstone, you could even make it both ways. You could have maybe, you know, a redstone lever that pushes pistons in and shortens the drop zone, and you could use it as an XP farm, or, you know, flip it, have these pistons or these blocks go away, and have it be a full-on drop, depending on, you know, how you wanted it to do. So, if you don't have one of these, you can also make another type of XP farm, and in order to demonstrate that, I'm actually going to go ahead and hop on over to another one of my worlds, so I'll be back. Alright guys, so as you can see, I'm in a different world now, and we are in an area with a dungeon. Now, this is the more traditional way to build an XP farm. Probably many of you have seen and or built farms like this, but in case you haven't, let's go over how it works. Now, first of all, you need to have the area mostly closed off. So I'm going to go ahead and close these hallways here. But I'm going to link this area right here back to that hallway so that you can get to what's eventually going to be the area where you want to stand. Okay. So this is going to be where you stand right here. Actually, it's going to be a couple spaces down. And what you want is you want to have the mobs pushed directly to here. Actually, to there. I'm sorry. To there. So what we want is we want this spot right here to have water pushing to this spot right here. So we're going to count 8 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to expand the room back that many spaces. And go ahead and close it off on this side as well. There we go. Now, you're going to use water buckets across the back wall. And you're going to dig, or you're going to put them as well here and here in these far corners. Oh, actually, that's not going to work. Because again, you don't want the water extending beyond this point, because then it'll be like pouring out to where you are as well. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, and then we're going to do one on that side, this side as well. Water's pushing me around. Okay. There we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to have to extend this wall out a little bit here. Let's see. So we got 1, 2, I can't count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll go ahead and make this walkway over here. There we go. Alright, so we're going to plug this off. Oops. And we're going to go ahead and place a block of water there. Now, that should provide enough cross current to where anything that spawns in here will be pushed to that spot right there. Alright, so now let's go ahead and get rid of the light. And since I'm standing close enough to it to spawn, enemies should spawn. I mean, you should get multiple spawns at one time. One spawner should be capable of spawning at least 3 or 4 mobs at one time. There we go. There we go. Exactly. Thank you. You were listening. Alright, so I'm going to go out this way. And I'll replace that with cobblestone. And there we go. Now, since you can only see their knees, they can't shoot at you. I'm going to grab a stone sword, because since this is my Let's Play world, I'm not going to give myself any sort of advantage. Oop. Okay, so see what I did there was stupid. And now I can't replace it because they're standing in the way. Move out of the way. Okay. I'll just go in this way. There we go. Stop shooting at me, you idiots. Alright, so if this had been survival, obviously that would not have broken that block. So, as you can see... okay, I'm not going to be able to demonstrate it in creative. So let me go ahead and hop on over to survival, and we'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, we are now in survival mode. You can tell by the hunger bar, and of course the skeletons are now trying to attack me, even though I haven't touched them yet. So basically, like I said, you have the little kill hole right here, and the water will push the skeletons directly into it, and you whack at their knees. Stop jumping. I like how they, part of the bug fix update, if you weren't aware, is it stopped the experience orbs from being invisible, and it also added the little tinkling sound every time you picked one up, which apparently had not worked properly. So there we go. I mean, you can sit here all day long, and it's just a steady stream of monsters, which means a steady stream of experience. And you can do that every once in a while to... you can probably actually leave that off. I wouldn't advise standing right there, because they can then hit you with their bows. But if you stand back, they still can't hit you. And you can just sort of rush in and collect the bones and arrows that they drop. The experience automatically comes to you if you're close enough to it, so you should never have to rush in to grab that. Now, if I remember correctly, this area out here should be far enough away from the spawner to where you can add a torch, say like right there, and it shouldn't stop the spawning. Let's see if it does. Let me go ahead and add one over here too. Stop jumping! You're a skeleton, not a bunny rabbit. Come on. Uh-huh. The water will actually push the experience orbs close enough to be to where they'll fly to you. And of course, if you have a better sword... Let's see, are we going to get any more spawns? Yeah, I hear splashing, so yeah, there we go. Welcome to the party, buddy. There we go. Alright, so there we go. Working XP farm. Not as difficult to build as the one that I built in the Minecraft labs. And also does not depend on just regular spawn rates, because you've got the spawner there to force mobs to come up. So, but on the other hand, you're not going to get experience as quickly as you would with the mob grinder style that I built in the Minecraft labs, because you've only got one spawn point, which is around that spawner right there. Whereas with the mob grinder, I mean, you could literally have dozens of mobs at one point that you can attack. So, alright, let's see. Am I going to get... There we go. Alright, so if you have found this tutorial helpful and have enjoyed this, I certainly hope that you have. Skeleton trying to get in the shot there. Please do comment. Give me some suggestions on some other tutorials that you would like to see. Make sure that you subscribe if you have not, and make sure that you slap that like button like it stole something, and we will catch you guys next time.